Alright, in this video, like promised, I'm going to cover addition and subtraction of fractions, and I'm not gonna worry about the decimals like we mentioned in class. Alright, like we had said before, obviously like we mentioned before, fractions are part of pieces, small units of a whole number. So we're going to start out with fractions of an inch. Okay, I'm going to add, say, 3/4 of an inch to, say, a 1/2 inch. Okay, and you probably do this one in your head, but I'm going to work through them. The biggest number of the two is 4, so in order to make this one equal to the 4 units, we've got to multiply the bottom by 2, which means we've also got to multiply the top by 2. Okay, 2 times 1 is 2. This is the same as 1/2. Okay, so we'll go back over here to 3/4. We'll add these together. It gives us 3 plus 2 is 5/4. Okay, we got a mixed fraction here. 4 goes into 5 one time. Okay, that leaves 1 left over. Okay, and we're still dealing in units of 4. So that's a 1 1/4 inch. Okay, 3/4 plus 1/2. Okay, we'll do another one. Say 5/8 plus, say, 3/16. Okay, our biggest or smallest unit, biggest number is 16ths. So we're going to keep that one the same. We want this one to be 16ths. So we got to times that one by 2, which means we have to times that one by 2. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10. Gives us an answer of 13/16. Okay, that's as low as we can go with that one. No reason to reduce it any further. Alright, let's say 7/16, and we'll add 5/8 to it. Okay, still doing addition. 16ths is our smallest number, or our largest number, smallest unit. So we're going to leave everything the same with that one. In order to make this one 16ths, just like before, we're going to multiply both bottom and top by 2. 8 times 2 is 16. Okay, 5 times 2 is 10. Gives us 17/16. 16 goes into 17 one whole time. So that's 1 whole inch, and then it leaves us with 1 left over. So 7/16 plus 5/8 is 1 1/16 of an inch. Alright, so now we got, say, 7/16, and now we're going to subtract, say, 3/8, right? Just like before, 16 is the largest bottom number. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Times 2 to get 16, so we're going to multiply the top number by 2, It gives us 6. That one worked out to 1/16 of an inch. Okay, which makes perfect sense. 6/16, which is what that is, minus 7/16. Alright, now we're going to subtract, say, 5/8 minus, say, 3/4. Eight being our largest number. 8 times 1 is 8. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, come over here, we want 8. We need common denominators or common bottom numbers. So we're going to times that by 2 to get that 8, which means we've got to multiply the top number by 2. This time we can't subtract 6 from 5. So that's going to put us at a negative number. We don't have a whole inch over here to borrow from to increase that. So we're actually going to be at a negative 1/8. Okay, negative number, not really a good example. Okay, we need a whole number over here to borrow from to make this a positive number. So let's do that. When we're subtracting, let's say go back to the inch and 5/8 minus an inch and 3/4, for instance. All right, minus, same as before, we got our inch and 5/8. Okay, and we've got our inch and 6/8. Okay, because we're multiplying by 2 to get that 8. That way our common bottom numbers are the same. So again, we cannot subtract 6 from 5. But over here we have 8 more 8ths. Let me do something real quick. Make a little modification here to this. We're going to get rid of this. Make it easy. So it makes a little more sense. I'm not trying to confuse anybody here. Alright, so we got 8 more 8ths up here. So we're going to take those 8ths. So this becomes 0. So 8 plus 5 is 13. Okay, so we no longer have any inches. We're at 0. And we're at 13 there. 13/8. It's an improper fraction, but we can subtract 6 from that, which gives us 7/8. Right? So an inch and 5/8 minus 3/4 gives us 7/8 of an inch. Okay, we'll do another one. Say we got 5 3/4 minus 2 1/8. That looks pretty typical. Again, 8 being our largest denominator or bottom number. Okay, got 2. We want top to also have that common bottom number. In order to get that, we've got to multiply it by 2. So we'll multiply this top one by 2, get 6, 5. Okay, it's a pretty good one. We got 6 minus 1 is 5/8. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 3/4 minus 2 1/8 is 3 5/8. Alright, let's add some feet into the mix. We got, say, 4 foot, 2 1/8. Okay, we need to subtract, say, 1 foot, 4 3/8. Okay. Going to start here. These are common denominators. So that's good, but we can't subtract 3 from 1. So we're going to come over here and borrow 8 of those eighths, making this a 1. Make this, okay, since this is 8 eighths, because we're dealing with eighths, 8 plus 1 is 9. So now we can subtract these. We got 6 eighths. 6 eighths here. Okay, now we got 4 minus 1 inches. That is not going to work. So we've got 12 twelfths over here. So we can take one of them past 12. We've got 4 sets of 12 twelfths right here. 4 of them. We're going to take one of them, cross that one out, make it a 3. So now we have 12, 13, 13. And we took 12 twelfths and added this one to it. So we got 13 minus 4. Completely doable. That leaves us with 9 inches. Okay, 3 minus 1, it's a no-brainer. We got 2 foot, 9 6/8, which that's got to be broken down. We can divide both those in half for 3/4. So we got 2 foot, 9 3/4 inches. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do an addition of feet and inches. 5 feet, 3 5/8 plus, say, 4 foot, 6 9/16 inches. Okay, 16 is our biggest number, we're keeping that. 8 times 2 is 16, so we're going to have to multiply the top number by 2, which makes that a 10. Okay, that's a 16 now. Yeah, I know. Important thing here is 10 plus 9, 19/16. 6 plus 3 is 9. 16 goes into 19 once, bringing this number up to 10. And that 19 minus 16 is 3. Okay, 16 goes into there once, so we move that 1 over here. That leaves 3. Out of 3 of those, 19 left. That's how we got 10 3/16. And then, of course, 9 feet. Okay. Alright. Let's do one more subtraction problem. Alright. We've got 20 feet, 7 1/4 inches, and we need to subtract, say, 1 foot 6 3/8. Alright, 8's our biggest number. We're keeping that the same. In order for 4 to become an 8, we have to multiply it by 2. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2. We still can't subtract 3 from 2. So we're going to borrow 8 from over here. Leave 6, 8, 9. Now we have 10 eighths here. Minus 3 gives us 7 eighths. We have 0 inches, 6 minus 6. 20 minus 1, 19 feet, 7/8. Alright. And one last one. We're going to take, say, 12 foot 7 5/8 and subtract, say, let's say 9 foot 6 3/4. Alright, it's going to stay the same, 5/8. We're going to times this by 2 to get 8. Okay, so by 2, 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, we can't subtract 6 from 5, so we're going to borrow 8 from here. 8 plus 5 is 13. Right, so 13 minus 6 is 7. 8. Wow. What are the chances of that happening? And 9 minus 12 is 7 feet. Okay. Well, I hope this helps. Give me any feedback on adding and subtracting fractions and whole numbers.